Welcome back to 15 Lanes Talk Game Week 16 review show. We are going to talk about all the games that happened all over the weekend as we saw Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal getting back to their winning ways. Plus, Manchester City still keeping pressure on league leaders. Let's go. Chelsea versus Everton. Chelsea 2, Everton 0 at the bridge. Both teams were separated by 1 point when they went into this game. And Chelsea was hoping to bounce back to their winning ways after a poor run on form. And this win helped them to also bounce back to the top four. Some of the talking points in this game, we also Enzo Maresca in his post-match interview when he said Cole Palmer was in quotation to play against Everton. We saw Palmer getting his first start for Chelsea in a very long time, whereby he helped Chelsea win this game, and he was also on the score sheet for Chelsea with that one goal with an assist from Melagusto. Then Melagusto sealed the game for Chelsea. Chelsea dominated everything in this game. They dominated the possession, shots on target, and also creating chances. And we saw one man, Alejandro Garnacho, missing chances after chance for Chelsea. If Everton had some, Everton competed physically, but they failed to create anything. If Everton had created something, maybe they would have got some points in this game. And also, Chelsea were back also on the Chelsea also got another clean sheet in a very long time. And we saw in this game also Enzo Maresca talked about Wesley Fofana, who was also very instrumental in this game. He was back in the Chelsea squad and helped them get their first clean sheet in a very long time. Liverpool versus Brighton at the Anfield. Liverpool 2, Brighton 0. Liverpool were back to their winning ways with those two important goals from Hugo Ekitike, who has now scored 4 goals in his last 2 Premier League games. Since this season started on this channel, I've been mentioning, like, when I saw Liverpool, Hugo Ekitike's first game for Liverpool, I said they never needed Issa because he has been one of their most important players since he signed for Liverpool. Every match he plays, like, he shows improvement and he's scoring goals. And since Isak was signed, he has been struggling at Liverpool. And we have seen some games where he has been, Hugo Ekitike has like, there are some games where Hugo Ekitike was benched for Isak. But the guy has been on form now, 4 goals in 2 games for Liverpool in the Premier League back to back. That's very, very important. And now Liverpool are back on their winning ways. And we also saw Salah back in the Liverpool squad and was subbed on in the 26th minute for Liverpool, whereby he also went ahead to assist Hugo Ekitike for the second goal. You understand? We all know last week there was a lot of tension between Salah and Liverpool's board plus Arne Slot, but this was his last match for Liverpool as he was heading to the AFCON with Egypt. Let's talk about Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz has gone now 19 games outside Germany without scoring or assisting. Liverpool fan, is it worrying, or we should still give the guy time? And maybe since Salah is going up for the AFCON, whereby he will be out like for a month or 3 weeks, what does it mean? Liverpool is going to, the pressure won't be there, so maybe some of the players will perform. You understand? Maybe Isak is the time we are going to see Isak performing, because Hugo Ekitike may be moved on the wings. You understand? And also Gakpo had got an injury. But Liverpool fans, what do you think about Florian Wirtz form? And also Liverpool now are unbeaten in 5 games. And they got, in this game against Brighton, they got their first clean sheet also. You understand, Liverpool has been conceding in every game since the season started. Now, this may be their 3rd clean sheet in the Premier League. Arsenal versus Wolves. Arsenal 2, Wolves 1. Top versus bottom. Arsenal won the game, but there were many questions left unanswered on their title credentials, as they struggled to kill off the game, and they needed 2 own goals to win the game against the bottom team. Saka was the point of difference in this game of Arsenal against Wolves, as he delivered two dangerous crosses and caused Wolves problems, whereby they ended up scoring two own goals. Yeah. This game showed how Arteta is obsessed with dominating the game. You understand? Dominating, controlling the game, blah blah. You understand? For me, in my opinion, there are some games whereby like you have to just blow away the team. Wolves is the worst team in the Premier League this season. They have only 2 points out of the 16 games they have played. But we saw Arsenal wanting to dominate the game. I don't know the reason why Arsenal wanted to dominate instead of playing direct football. And on the other hand, we knew Wolves will come and sit back in the low blow. So go direct. No need of two defensive midfielder, Rice and Zubimendi. But since Arteta is obsessed to the details of controlling the game, that's the reason why it was very hard for Arsenal to blow away Wolves. On the other hand, we saw Arsenal when the last 10 minutes they dropped deep, inviting pressure from a bottom team. You understand? It was mental, and that is it happened especially when they took off Victor Gyökeres. You understand? So they dropped deep to defend a 1-0 lead against a bottom team, a team whereby they would have ended the game in halftime, like scoring 3 goals. But they ended up inviting the pressure, and we saw Wolves scoring in the 90 plus minute, whereby Arsenal again had to now apply pressure again to force another goal. And that was a beautiful cross from Saka. You understand? But all this is because of the coach inviting pressure and being obsessed with dominating the ball. You understand? And another injury for Arsenal. Ben White left the pitch injured. Saliba and Timber came back, and Ben White left. This is another case. Yeah? It took Arsenal 57 minutes to get a shot on target. Imagine playing a bottom, the team at the bottom, and it takes you 57 minutes. That's why we say the title credentials of Arsenal have there are questions in their title credentials. You understand? Because there are some games, if you have ever played the game or if you're a serious team, there are some matches you have to just blow away teams. Mostly like the bottom half teams from 15 to 20, those teams must not give you hard time. You must just blow away those teams. You understand? Without questions or what? Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Manchester City 3, Crystal Palace 0. Manchester City just destroyed Crystal Palace in the top 4 clash to keep more pressure on Arsenal as we head into the festive season, whereby there are many games. Any mistake you make, you drop points. You understand? So Manchester City, we saw it blowing away, dominating the game, blowing away Crystal Palace. In this game, Crystal Palace in the halftime, they created a lot of chances as they were a threat, but they never converted any of their chances. And few moments later, Haaland, you understand, the inevitable man, got on the score sheet for Manchester City as we're heading into the halftime. Then Manchester City just picked up from there. Phil Foden with an assist from Ryan Cherki to help Manchester City go a 2-goal lead. And then few moments later, Haaland with the penalty to score the 3rd goal for Manchester City. Right now, as we see things are going, Manchester City are switching gears. You understand? These past 3 games, mostly in the Premier League, you have seen Foden has been picking up. Ryan Cherki now is the joint assister in the Premier League each game, and there is a connection they're building, him and Phil Foden. You understand? Right now, Arsenal have to be worried. The Premier League has to be worried because we are seeing like things for Manchester City have started to click. And it was also another clean sheet for Manchester City against Crystal Palace. And we all know like Crystal Palace, that place, Selhurst Park is not an easy ground to go. But City went there, blew away Crystal Palace 3-0. Since Crystal Palace never converted their chances, Mateta wasn't on form yesterday. He missed a lot of chances. You understand? He had to be the point of difference for Crystal Palace in that game.